Hey there! In this video, I'm going to show you how to customize different settings in Obsession for Windows, as well as ways you can add a variety of different features to the program. To begin, go ahead and launch Obsession for Windows, then click the About button, either in the main program window or in the setup window that appears when you first launch the program. Note that I'm running version 1.38 at the time of this video. You'll need to upgrade to that version of the program or a later version in order to enjoy all the various features that I'm about to demonstrate. Next, in the About window, look for your save path. It's listed just below the screen resolution. For most people, it will be C:\users / your Windows login name, whatever that may happen to be, in my case, Larry, / documents / obsession for Windows. Take note of what your Windows login name is, if you don't already know it. Then click that link to open the window on your computer. We're done for Obsession for now, so you can quit that program. And in the Obsession for Windows folder that opened, right-click on the white space, then left-click New Text Document, and immediately type in the name Settings, and press the Enter key to tell Windows that you're done typing. That settings file is key to all the various features and changes that I'm about to show you in the rest of this video. So anytime you want to make a change to Obsession for Windows, it's that file that you need to access. Go ahead and open it now. Obviously, at this point, it's empty because it's a brand new file. Okay, first, I'm going to explain how you can add links to the rules documents for Obsession and the upstairs-downstairs expansion, and add those links directly to the Obsession for Windows program. I'm going to assume you don't currently have those documents on your computer, so the first thing you need to do is download them. The easiest way to download those rules documents is by visiting BoardGameGeek on the web. In my example, I'm going to use my Google Chrome browser to do so. Once you're at BoardGameGeek.com, go to Search in the top right corner of BoardGameGeek and type Obsession. Click the first entry in the list, Obsession 2018. Just below the black window, look for the Files link and click it. Scroll down a little bit and look for Obsession 2nd Edition Rulebook. Click that link. The link for the actual rulebook will be listed here. Currently it's dated August 1st, 2020, but it's possible that you'll be looking at a later version of the rulebook. In any event, right-click that link, then left-click Save Link As. Most likely in the Save As type, it's going to say something like Adobe Acrobat document. We need to navigate to the Obsession for Windows folder that we were talking about earlier. Remember, that's on Local Disk C, Users, your Windows login name, Documents, Obsession for Windows. In the file name box, delete what's ever there and replace it with the name Rules. Then hit Enter or click the Save button. Alright, you just saved the rules for the core game in the Obsession for Windows folder. Now we're going to do the same thing for the upstairs-downstairs expansion. Go back to the search box, type Obsession, but this time click Obsession Upstairs-Downstairs 2020. Click the Files link. Look for the upstairs-downstairs rulebook and click it to open that link. Then find the link for the upstairs downstairs rulebook, in my case dated April 6th, 2020. Right-click that link, left-click Save Link As. Again, it should say Adobe Acrobat Document or something like that in the Save As type. Note that we don't need to navigate back to the Obsession for Windows folder. It remembers where we last saved the rules document. In the file name box, we're going to call this document Rules Space UD for upstairs downstairs. Okay, we're done with the internet for now, so you can close your browser. Note that in the Obsession for Windows folder, you'll have two new files, Rules and Rules UD. The next step is to locate your PDF reader on your computer. For most people, it's going to be Adobe Acrobat. To locate it, click the Start button in the bottom left corner of your computer and immediately type the word Acrobat. Don't look for a place to type it. Just click Start and immediately type the word Acrobat. Now, if you use Acrobat Reader, the first entry on the list is going to be Acrobat Reader or Acrobat Reader DC. But if you use a different PDF reader on your computer, you may need to search for a different word. In any event, right-click the name of your PDF program, then left-click Open File Location. If you use Acrobat Reader, then as you can see here, your Acrobat Reader program name is ACRORD32, which stands for Acrobat Reader 32-bit edition. Again, in your case, the program name may be something different, but whatever it is, make note of it. Click in the white space on the right side of the address box at the top of the window. Then move over to the highlighted text and right-click, then click Copy. You can close that window and return to the Settings window. In the Settings window, on a new line, type PDF Reader, the case doesn't matter, equals, quote, and then hit Control-V to paste the text that you just copied. Notice in my case, it's C:\/ Files x86 / Adobe / Acrobat Reader DC / Reader. At the end of that line, type a \. Remember, make sure you type a \, not a /. It should look like all the other slashes in that line. Then after that \, type the name of the program. Remember, that was ACRORD32. The case doesn't matter. At the end of it, type period, .exe, close the quotes, and hit the Enter key. So we've now just told Obsession for Windows the location and name of the program we use to open PDF files on our computer. Hit Control-S to save and close the Settings window for now. Now that you've done all that, launch Obsession for Windows. If you did everything correctly, you should have two new buttons appear in the top right corner. A button that says Rules and a button that says Rules UD. Click either one of those from within the program to directly open the rule books for either Obsession or the upstairs downstairs expansion. If these buttons have not appeared, you've probably missed a step that I just described, so go back to the earlier part of this video and double check that you did everything correctly. Another new feature of Obsession for Windows as of version 1.38 is the ability to display the Meeples servants designed by Christian King. You can toggle between the regular servants and the Meeples servants by holding down the Control and Shift keys on your keyboard and clicking any one of the servants on the screen. As you can see, Christian has designed some really adorable characters, and if you like them as much as I do, and if you own the game, you can go ahead and order a set of high-quality vinyl stickers by visiting Christian's store on Etsy. You can easily visit that store by clicking the About button and clicking the link that's shown here. These are really a bargain at $15, although there is shipping added to that because they ship from Peru, but they really liven up the meeples for the game. Anytime you want to return to the regular meeples, just Control-Shift and click any servant on the screen, and you'll toggle back to the plain ones. If you like the meeple servants as much as I do, you can have them appear immediately when you start the program. To do that, go back to that settings file you created earlier, open it, and on a brand new line, type Meeples Upgrade, like that. Again, close settings, hit yes to save, launch the program, and the Meeples characters will appear by default. Anytime you want to switch back temporarily to the plain ones, again, all you need to do is Control-Shift, click any one of the servants on the screen. And you can do that repeatedly to toggle back and forth. Lastly, some of you may wish to disable all or some of the sounds that are generated from within the program. Once again, quit the program, open the settings file, go to a new line, and here you can type any number of different things. For example, if you don't want any sounds to play in the program, type no sound, just like that. However, you can also turn off individual sounds. For example, if you don't want to hear the pop sound every time a new message is displayed, type no sound message, like that. Alternatively, or in addition, if you don't want to hear the alert tinging sound that you hear during courtships or special events, type no sound alert. If you don't want to hear the doorbell sound every time a new guest is randomly added to your hand, type no sound doorbell. If you don't want to hear the dice rolling sound anytime the solo opponent rolls the 20-sided die, type no sound dice. If you don't want to hear the sound that's played each time a new tile is added to the service reserve, type no sound reserve. And finally, if you happen to be running Obsession for Windows at a screen resolution that's slightly below the minimum required resolution, for example, you might be running a 1280 by 720, in which case the program's still usable, but the bottom portion of the screen is cut off. If that's the case for you, anytime you run Obsession, you see the message, your screen resolution needs to be 1366 by 768 at a minimum in order to use this program properly. At your current resolution, parts of the playing window will be cut off. If you insist on running at that lower resolution and you don't want to see that message every time you launch the program, go back to the settings file and type no sound screen resolution. Again, save your settings file, and when you next launch Obsession for Windows, you won't see that warning message. Of course, if you're running at 1280 by 720, parts of the screen on the right side or at the bottom will be cut off, but it's still possible to use the program normally at this resolution. But if you do want to see everything properly on the screen, I recommend you run at a screen resolution of 1920 by 1080 or higher. No doubt, over time, other settings may be added to the program, so keep checking the Obsession Guild 3922 on BoardGameGeek. for any new updates to the program. Thanks for watching.